Jai Srimanarayana. A queen lost her husband and his family was hell-bent on killing her sons, the heir to the throne. Hello everyone, I am the Pauranika. Welcome to the 35th episode of Sri Mahabharata as written by sage Vedavyasa. This episode is in continuation to the Jatugruha Parva of Adi Parva. The people of Varanavata who heard about the arrival of Pandavas welcomed them with greatest celebrations. Thousands of them gathered there to see the Pandavas. The important leaders of the city cheered and felicitated them. Then the Pandavas, as part of their duties, visited the houses of Brahmanas, the leaders of the village, Vaisyas the businessmen, and Sudras the service sector. Then they entered their residence along with Duryodhana's assistant Purochana. Pandavas spent 10 days in that place. On the 11th day, Purochana told them about a house by name Shivam. On his advice, Pandavas entered the house. However, the son of Dharma, Yudhishthira, on a quick inspection of the house, figured out that it was made of wax and susceptible to fire. He called his brothers and said, Bhimasena, this is not a normal house. It is highly inflammable. Examine. It is made of inflammable material like wax, bamboo, dry grass soaked in ghee and fat. The architects who made it are very skillful and they are the friends of Purochana. This evil Purochana, on the advice of Duryodhana, wants to reduce us to ashes. The great Vidura figured it out and warned me earlier. Then Bhima said, Brother, if you think so, let's leave this house right away and go to the house where we came from. Then Yudhishthira said, I think we should live here and no one should know that we are suspecting the house. We must be careful and we should always look for an alternative place to live in. If they suspect our movements, Purochana might even consider burning the house ahead of his plan. He is under the control of that idiotic Duryodhana. Arjuna, if we get burnt here, grandfather Bhishma and other Kuru elders will realize the true nature of the Kauravas. If we leave this place and run away, a powermonger like Duryodhana might get us killed with the help of his spy network. Right now, he has power, loyalists and money and we have none. So we should deceive them and convince them that we are happy here. But we should constantly look out for a way out. For that, we need to go hunting. Then we will know which path takes us where. We should construct an underground tunnel. This must happen secretly. Not just Purochana, but no one should know about this. Yudhishthira said so and alerted his brothers. Then one day, a man came to meet the Pandavas in the Varanavata. He introduced himself as a friend of Vidura. To give assurance to Yudhishthira, he told him about the ambiguous conversation that took place between Vidura and Yudhishthira before the Pandavas left to Varanavata with its real meaning. Then Pandavas realized that he was indeed a friend of Vidura and welcomed him. The man who came was a Khanaka, an expert in constructing underground tunnels. Pandavas told him that Duryodhana's plan was to burn them in the house. We need your help in escaping this danger, they said. Then Kanaka promised that he would definitely do so by constructing a tunnel for the Pandavas to escape. Pandavas told everyone that the man came to clean the house. At the center of the house, Kanaka started constructing a tunnel. It was constructed in such a way that it was big enough for people to enter but small enough to be noticed by anyone. He also made a door at the opening of the tunnel parallel to the floor so that Purochana doesn't know of its existence. Pandavas lived in the house for almost a year. Purochana believed that Pandavas were trusting him completely. One day, Yudhishthira told his brothers, Purochana is convinced that we trust him. Time has arrived for us to burn this house along with Purochana. We must make sure that some 6 people stay here in our place, so that people will believe that we are dead. Later one day, Kunti arranged a great dinner for the people of the city. Many women came to the event. They ate and drank freely and left to their houses except for one elderly woman who came with her 5 sons. The 6 of them unfortunately drank so much that they couldn't leave and slept in the palace. After every citizen slept, a gale of wind blew. Bhima first set Purochana's house on fire, and then he set the Lakshagruha or the house of wax on fire from all the 4 sides. Seeing the house quickly catch fire, they entered into the tunnel they got constructed. People of the city woke up and rushed to the burning building. They started saying that the evil Purochana on Duryodhana's command constructed the house to kill the Pandavas. For killing the innocent Pandavas, God killed him with the same fire, they cried. Pandavas came out on the other side of the tunnel. They were sad that they had to lose their identities and had to fake their deaths. The sleep-deprived Pandavas struggled to move quickly along with their mother. However, the mighty Bhimasena carried them all and swiftly moved through the path. Vidura at the same time took a calculated guess and sent a person to the forest which Pandavas entered. That man arranged for a ship with flags and machines at the bank of river Ganga and showed it to the Pandavas. He recalled the conversation between Yudhishthira and Vidura as proof of his identity as Vidura's loyalist. Yuvaraja, this ship will safely take you to the other side of Ganga, he said. The Pandavas, after sending a message to Vidura, crossed Ganga and continued to travel secretly. Next day, the people of Varanavata who saw the burnt house accused Duryodhana and Dhritarashtra of conspiring to kill the Pandavas. They did not excuse even Bhishma, Drona, Vidura and Krupacharya and said that they did not follow dharma. After extinguishing the remaining fire, people entered the house, saw the sinless tribal woman and her sons burnt in the fire and thought that Pandavas died along with Kunti. Meanwhile, Kanaka, who constructed the tunnel, filled it with dust so that no one notices its presence. The people of Varanavata sent a message to King Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra cried and asked his family to start to Varanavata immediately to offer their respects to the dead Pandavas and Kunti. Devoid of any jewelry, King Dhritarashtra and the Kauravas reached the banks of Ganga along with Bhishma to offer tilodakas, til seeds and water for the souls departed. Bhishma was distraught. He cried and cried for his grandsons. He said, if Bhima and Dhananjaya wishes to, they can break the building and escape. But they did no such effort. Yudhishthira always respected people as much as he respects himself. Always spoke truth. And Yama took such person away. I can't believe that the strongest warrior, Bhima, left the world. Arjuna too was a well-mannered boy. He defeated the Sauviras and achieved great fame in all the 3 worlds. Never had any aggression, possessed greatest of the Astras. How did he die? How could he die? Vidura, who heard the words of Bhishma, silently approached him and said, O great Bhishma, don't be sad. Nothing happened to the Pandavas. I did what I should at the right time. Bhishma shed tears of happiness. Is it? Are they alive? How did you do it? Vidura slowly whispered, yes, they are. Along with Kunti, they reached the other side of Ganga. King Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana and Shakuni planned to destroy the Pandavas. They delegated the job of burning them to Purochana. I sent a Kanaka to dig an underground tunnel for them. So while the building burned, Pandavas escaped from there. I arranged a boat for them to cross Ganga. After offboarding the boat, they started traveling secretly at night, using the stars to know the directions. He said, Pandavas, who travelled like that, reached a thick forest. There, they got tired and could not take a step ahead, and Bhima carried all of them further. By evening, they reached a very dangerous spot in the forest with less fruits and water, but with dangerous animals and birds around. Thank you. Jai Shriman Narayana.